So today I want to discuss the problem that Adeomi faced initially, whereby our images were not displaying, and what happened to her is something that can happen to anyone, right? In fact, it's a common mistake. So what happened is this: I will open my VS Code. So in this, I will open a folder. You click on Open Folder. In this open folder, I will open the July HTML set. Select this folder. Now notice something. It is this July HTML set that is opened in my VS Code. Inside it, there's a folder called First. Inside this First, I can now create a file. I can call it, let me call it my entire.html. So let's say hello world. This is what I have inside this HTML file. When I go live, I'm going to face the problem that she faced the other time, whereby you on the browser you can just see folder names without anything. Oh, okay, it has automatically gone to this. I'm coming. Close this for now. Stop this. Go live. Aha, but this is the problem she faced. Do you understand what is happening?
No.
Now, when you go live, you are currently inside the folder that is opened in your VS Code. In my VS Code, July HTML set is opened in my VS Code. So when I go live, look at this URL. 127.0.0.1.:5500. That takes me to this July HTML set that is opened in my VS Code. Do we get it?
Yes.
That is where I am now. Inside it, we have First. You can see here we have First, and that is why you can see First here. Do we get it?
Yes.
Now, I will make a little adjustment again. This time around, I'll click on Open Folder. July HTML set. Now, I will open the First folder. Now, I have the First folder opened in my VS Code. When I go live, the 127.0.0.5500 we point straight to this First folder. Do you see that? I'm currently inside that First folder now. No longer inside the July HTML folder. So at any point in time, this URL points to the folder that is opened in your VS Code at that time. Any question?
No question.
All right. Now, I'll create a file here called index.html. If the folder that is opened in your VS Code has a file inside it called index.html, let's say this is landing page. If it has a file inside of it called index.html, once you open it on the browser, it will automatically search for that index.html file. I'll close this and then come back here and refresh. Now, it is still inside that folder, but what happens is that because that file now has index.html, it will search for that name and it will open it itself. But if it does not have any file called index.html, that is, if I delete this index.html now, I want to delete this file. If I delete this file and I refresh now, you can see and back to that folder. It's looking for that index.html, but it can't find it. So it's just listing the things inside that folder for me. Any question?
No question.
Alright. So the summary of what I've discussed is that when you click on this file and click on open folder, whatever folder you select, let's assume is it desktop now? Documents, sorry, documents. Whatever folder you select, once you click on go live, it will open this particular folder on the browser. And if the folder has an index.html file, it will load the content of that file. But if the folder does not have such, you will see something like this. Now, but when you are particularly inside a file, now inside this July HTML folder, there's a folder inside it called first. Inside that folder, there's a file inside it called tire.html. So when I click on go live, let's stop and go live again. I'm currently, my cursor is inside this tire.html. When I click on go live, it will load the content of this tire.html. But it is going to load it relative to this July HTML set, relative to this folder that is opened in my VS Code. Although you will see the content of this tire.html, but it's going to load it relative to this folder that is opened in VS Code. Please, this part is very important to the images part that we are going to get to later. So let's go live. It will load the content of tire.html, but it will load it relative to it. What I mean is this. We have, look at this URL. This URL explains it. When you say 127.0.0:5500, what happens is that it automatically goes to the folder, this path, goes to the folder that is opened in your VS Code, which is the July HTML set. Inside this, you have /first. That is, inside it, there's a folder called first. And inside it, there's a file called tire.html. That's the file that we are loading. So while it's able to display it, it is displaying it relative to the folder that is opened in my VS Code. I'll make another example. Instead of opening this July HTML set, I will open this first alone, just this first. Come here, click on open folder. Then July HTML set first. So I'm opening the first now. If I'm opening the first, I'll go to this tire.html. I will ensure that I clicked inside of it, and I'll click on go live. Again, it will load this tire.html, but it will load it relative to the folder that is opened. It will load this relative to this first. Go live. Now look at this. You can see that there is no /first here. And that is because /first, like the first is the one that is open in your VS Code. That means that this 127.0.0:5500 automatically points to that first folder. We now have /tire.html that is inside of it. There is a file called tire.html, and that is the one open here. Any question on that?
No question.
Classwork. Tell me what I will see if I run this code. What the URL on the browser will look like. Coming. I click on file. Open folder. I click on second. I click on this. Inside this, I have Peter.html. Now I'm not clicking inside this Peter, right? I'm not clicking inside. I'm clicking out here. When I click on go live, what will I see on the browser? Oh, okay. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, I'm ready.
Well, it is displaying the this is Peter page, right? How will the URL? How will it look like? What will be on the URL? How will it look like?
You're not clicking inside, right?
No, like this. In fact, that part is not even really playing any part now. But I open this second folder, then I created a file called peter.html. Then I clicked on go live. After going live, it displayed the content of this, but how would the URL look like? What would be the URL?
Is it going to like display a code and then /Peter?
Aha, /Peter. It's going to display 127.0.0:5500 /Peter.html. That is, yeah, that's what it's going to give me. Now, another example. Now, I have the July HTML sets folder opened here. I have it opened. Now, if I go live now, inside this peter.html, how will the URL look like?
I guess it would be /second. I don't know the code.
Yes, continue. Yes, /second, yes. /second /peter.html.
/Peter.
Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, we are both getting it now. So we have, let's refresh now. Come here, go live. We've not clicked on go live. Go live. So you can have you can see /second /peter.html. So this URL depends on the folder that is opened in your VS Code. That's the whole summary of what I'm trying to explain to us. Hope you understand this part very well.
Yeah.
Let's now go to the image path. If you have an image like this is img tag, SRC. Now I come here. Let's create. Where do I have pictures? The pictures I have here, I don't know if I can use them. Okay, these are even they are pictures that are publicly available. Let me just quickly use them. Right. So I will just copy one image. So inside this second, I'll get a folder. I'll call it images. I'll place the picture I copied inside that. The image I copied is let me call it non-cancerous. Is the research on the breast cancer. Non-cancerous. So let's call it this. Non-cancerous. Now, inside, look at the extension. No, I said whenever you want to do it's good you always check the extension. So I want to display this image on the browser. Let me see if there's a better image I can use. I'll come in. Aha, let's use this. Flow city. Aha, rename. I just say flowchart. So this is an image of a flowchart, and the extension is .png. So I want to display this image on my browser. I can say images slash flowchart.png, and this will display the image on the browser. Fine, everything is fine. You can see that it's on the browser. But if I do something like this, this will not display it. This will not display it. It's not displaying the image. Now the funniest thing is that if I just notice something, July HTML set, click on this. If I run this exact code, it will display it. Oh, I didn't go live, sorry, go live. It will display it. So what is going on? What happened is that when you put slash at the beginning like this, this slash means that go to that folder that is opened in VS Code. So it will come to this second folder. Do you get it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that slash means go to that folder that is opened in VS Code. So if you come to the second folder, you can now say images. So go to images, then you will see a file called flowchart.png, and this is going to work fine. But as soon as you change the open folder to this July HTML set now, this slash will go to this July HTML set, and it's going to start looking for a folder called images. But you know, inside it, there's no folder called images. We only have two folders, first and second. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we only have two folders, first and second. So you start looking for a folder called images, but there's no folder there called images. And that is why when you go live now, you won't see anything on the browser. So what you can just do instead is you use this. This will go to the images folder that is currently inside the parent of this peter.html. That slash means go to the root, go to the folder that is opened in VS Code. But if you just put images like this, that means that go to the parent of this peter.html. Go to the parent of this peter.html. The parent of peter.html is second. Inside it, you will see images. Then you can now go to slash flowchart.png. So that will display it. So this will work fine whether you are inside this place or you are inside this place. What I mean is that this is going to work very well on the browser. You have it displayed, and even if you have something like this, so I'm opening the second now. So even if you're also inside this, it will still work fine. This images means that I'm writing my codes in peter.html. This images just says, please go to the parent of peter.html. You will see a folder there called images. Inside that images, look for flowchart.png. Please, who doesn't understand what I just explained? Oh, I've not clicked on go live.
I don't understand, because what you just did now, I tried to do it now, and it's not still showing. So I don't know, maybe the pattern, maybe the way I saved the images on the laptop. I don't know, because I just tried what you did now.
Okay.
Same thing is not showing.
Alright, can you share your screen? Let's see what you are doing wrongly.
Okay, this is what you just said. You see?
Yes, I can see it.
Are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
So I just tried to see if I I try, you said check the properties. Then I
Okay.
checked it. I had to like give the name I saved it with.
Please go to your folder, the file explorer. Let's see the image before we proceed. Okay.
Should I click on it?
No, like go to the folder that contains the files and the images. Okay, this, okay. Please open it. So where is the file? The girl, I think you called it girl.
Yes, not this, sorry. Okay, this is it.
Now, the image name is not girl. The image name is not girl. Please go back. To right. Click on the folder, like File Explorer. The image name is underscore user hyphen flow underscore dy girl dot. Then the extension is svg. So when you are displaying this, you use the old name, right? And that is why I do rename the image before using it so that it can be shorter. Do you get it?
Okay. So I just need to rename this.
So that it can be shorter, yes. Okay. Then you can check the extension. Now, this extension is the SVG. I think we should still be able to display SVG images. I think so. Okay, you can cancel this. Now let's go to our VS Code and complete it now. So, what happened is that, please press Ctrl O. I want to check something. Ctrl O. Okay. Now, there is no images folder here. According to your code, please click on cancel. According to your code, you said you should go to images folder. Inside the images folder, there is a file inside it called girl. And in fact, it should be girl.svg. Do you understand?
Yes.
So because there's no images folder, that is not going to work. It's not going to work.
Okay, so if I want to do that, I had to create a folder called images here too.
It should be inside this place. Like except if in fact the image must, what you're trying to do is that we want to display an image, and when you are displaying an image, you point to where that image is located. And whatever location. Hello. Sorry, I got came in. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Alright. So whatever location you're going to point to is relative to the file where you are writing your code. You know, you are writing your code inside this index.html. So when you say images, what it assumes is that there is a folder inside the parent of this index.html called images.
Okay, you know what? Let me not allow you to talk about this. Maybe later I'll do something, I'll send it to you.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other question before we move on? Okay, so let's do a mini task together. And before then, I'll browse online and see a task that we can do that will make us understand the last assignment given. So let's check it together. So I want to replicate this together. This time, there'll be an image at the top. Then like a text like heading, then followed by some text, then followed by maybe an icon. So, or instead of putting this icon, this plus icon, we can put this a logo. This one can contain Facebook. The second one can contain maybe Twitter. The second one can contain maybe YouTube logo. So let's do that. Firstly, we want to have three items like this. We can call them cards anytime. So let's call the first one a div. Let's get another div for the second one. Let's get another div for the third one. So these are 3 divs. And these 3 divs, we will give them the same class name, so that when we style a single one, it will affect the 3 of them. Do we understand it?
Yes.
Okay. So we can say class card, copy, paste. Now, in order to make them lie side by side like this, I'm thinking of using flex, but we've not looked at flex. I'm looking at another thing we can use to. Oh, good. I'll put some text there so that you understand what I want to do. Hello, let's call this first. Let's call this second. Let's call this third. So these are 3 divs. Let's run them on the browser and see the results. Let's close all of these ones. Close. I think this is what, I've closed what we are looking at to achieve what you are trying to do. Okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. So close. Good. So we have this first, second, third. But I'm not okay with them. I want them to lie side by side. Instead of being underneath one another, I want them to be side by side. So please, I want to ask a question. Have we learned the difference between inline elements and block elements?
No, we have.
Please, what's the first one again?
Difference between inline elements and the block element. Let's discuss this. This will make you understand what you want to do. Inline elements are elements that, or they are, let me use inline tags and block tags. Inline tags, I think, I mentioned it while teaching us. Inline tags are tags that when you make use of them, they can share their line. Block tags are tags that when you make use of them, they don't share their lines. Example of inline tags are inputs. If I put 2 inputs side by side like this, when I get to the browser, they will still be side by sides. Because they can share their line. They are selfless. Right? They can share their things with others. So inline tags are tags that when you write them, they can share their lines with other tags. In fact, if these 2 inputs are beneath each other here, when you get to the browser, you will see that they will still remain side by side because inputs are inline tags. Do you get it? Within the line. Inline. Within the line. Do we understand it?
Yeah.
Right. The opposite of that is what we call block tags. These are tags that when you make use of them, they don't share their line. They are like selfish tags. Example of that are all your H1 to H6, H2, hello, H2, I. When you get to the browser, they will be underneath each other. Not even though in my course they are together on the same line, but on the browser they are underneath each other. So these are known as block tags. So all tags can be categorized as either an inline element or a block element. Inline elements can share their lines, block elements cannot. So div is an example of a block element. A div cannot share its line with another div or with any other div, while a span can share its line. A span can share its line. Input can share its line. I'm trying to remember example of inline element. Input, which other one? I can't remember. For block, we have many of them. The p tag is a block element. The h1 to h6 is a block element. Oh, image tag. Image tag is an inline. Yeah, I think images are inline elements, right? So, I think so. But divs, generally, all divs don't share their line, and that is why when we go to the browser, these three tags, they were underneath one another and not on the same line. Do we get what is happening now?
Yeah.
Right. So what we want to do is that we want to change them. We want to change their behavior from from block to become inline. When they become inline, they'll be able to stand beside one another. So let's go to the CSS and do that. We come here, we can create a file, we can call it class.css. So the class A is card. So you come here and say dot card. That is, go to all the anyone that has a class called card, apply this style into it. Display inline. So you've changed the display from block to inline. Now let's link them together. We want to link this HTML with the CSS page. So we say link href class.css well /it. So on the browser, what's going on? So this link will link them together, and you know we've already written some codes here. We said the display for all the card, anyone with a class card, the display should be in line. So when you get to the browser and you check now, you can see that they are beside one another. Any question on that?
No question.
Alright, let's move on. Next is this. Let's come back to this and use this to understand what we want to do. This, you can see these three, they occupy almost the entire screen. So we want these three also to occupy almost the entire screen. So what we can do is that we can say width to be 30%. So the width of this first one will be 30%, the width of this second will be 30%, the width of this third one will also be 30%. You know, 30 into the place, that's 90%. You've almost covered the entire screen. So when you get to the browser now, I'm coming, display, why is it not working with this? I'm coming. I think it's because of the type of display. So I want to give it a background color so that I can see how wide is this. I just use that. Okay, the 30% is working here, but when I change this to inline, the 30% wasn't working. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, I'm coming. I want to try something. Good. Inline block. She might be like, what again is inline block? The problem is this, and of course, the more you like CSS, the more you get used to some things. Now, you see, width, a lot of times, it does not work with inline elements. Width, a lot of times, it does not work with inline elements. So because this is an inline element now, this width refuse to work with it. Do we get it?
Yeah.
So I need to either make this a block element, but if I make this a block element, it has defeated the purpose because we want them to be situated or to be placed side by side, and that means if you make them to be what do I say? If you make them to be block elements, then that will defeat our purpose. So what we want to do is this: we want them to still remain inline, but yet we want some properties that work on block elements to be able to work on them. Do we get it? Do we understand? When you make it inline block, you want it to become an inline element, but yet you want those things that work on block elements to still be able to work on them. Do we understand what is happening now? Has it disconnected again? Please, are you with me? Can you hear me?
You were disconnected.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I said we talked about inline elements. I said width refused to work with inline elements. Do we get that part?
Yes.
Okay, now that means this is not working. This refused to give me 30%. Now, for the 30% to work, this needs to be a block element. And now the 30% is working. You can see that this is taking just about 1/3 of the page. Have you now?
Yeah.
So what we now want to do is that, but if you maintain this as block element, it will defeat our purpose because we want them to be side by side, not underneath one another. Do we get that part also?
Yes.
Okay. So what we want to do is that we want them to become inline elements so that they'll be side by side, but then to retain the ability or to still be able to take the properties that we use for block elements. They become inline elements, but then they will now retain the properties that work with block elements. So in that case, we now say inline block. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. We are with you.
Yeah. So that is the essence of this inline block that we have here. Any question on that? So when we get to the browser now, they become inline elements, but then those properties that work on block elements will still be able to work on them, and that is why we have this. Question before we proceed?
No question.
All right. Let's look at the next thing. We want to have an image at the top. So I'll go to my device and see if I can get 3 images. Then I'll put them inside this images folder. I think I should be able to get some here. Flowchart, architecture. Then which other one can I use as the third one? Oh, good try. There are some images here. Let's look at these images. These are images of cats, dog, and I think us. So I can copy them. Good. So I'll paste them here. Let's move one of the cats. So let's make this, let's just call this us. Let's call this dog. And let's call this cats. So we put this image in the first one, this image in the second one, this image in the third one. So we come inside this place. We say img src apps src, go to images. You will see cats. This is the extension gfif. To the second one, img as I'll say images doc.jfif, and to the third one img as I'll say images us.this. Good. So now the total images should be on my browser now. Let's go to the browser and see if they're there. Good. They are there, but they are too big. So let's reduce their item width. Height, maybe 40 pixel. Width 40 pixel. So I just copy this and give it to the remaining. Well, they are too small. Sorry. So I said these images are too small. We want to make them at least bigger. Right? Maybe something close to maybe 200 by 200. For images, I will advise that you use HTML to set the height and the width. Why CSS can, I will advise that you use HTML. So I think these ones are okay enough. The height and the width. Height and the width. Next is under the images, we want to put a text like this. So I can call this first, the second one will be second, while the next one will be third. So we can come here and create a text. Look, okay, let's just span for it. Span is an inline element. I'll call this first. Then copy, paste, call this second. Copy, paste, call this third. So when you go to the browser, we have this now. First, second, third. But I want this first, second, third to be underneath the image, not beside it. But before then, I want to change the background color of this to white. You know, this one is white. So I want to change the background color to white. So we can come here and say background color white. Good. But for that white to be beautiful, the background color of the whole page, we can make it to be maybe gray, so that it makes this white to stand out. Do you get it? No, the reason this white is standing out here is because this is not white. This is like gray. Are we getting it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So we can come here and say body. Body is for this body tag. This is the whole content of the page. Background color, maybe gray or something like that, or light gray, gray, something like this. So let's check. Is it showing?
No.
Let's say it's great, eh? Whatever goes to right. This is not showing on it. It's not showing. Don't worry, when the card becomes bigger, or let's even give the card give it height. Height of the card, let's say 1000 pixel. Sorry, minimum height. Is it showing on it? Is not. It's not. I'm looking at the color that will make that shine out on it. But make it red now, it will be obvious. Okay. We need a color that we allow this to show on it. White. Why is this white not showing at all? It's not showing at all. Let's give it maybe a border. 1 pixel solid black. I think that should still make it better. Okay. But this white is not showing on this background at all. It's not showing. Okay, let's continue with the instead of focusing too much on this part. Now, do you understand what this part?
Yeah.
Let's look at it together. Border can take 3 things. You can say border style. Border style. There are different styles that you can give to your border. You can have solid. Solid is the one we just used. Solid. This is solid. You can have dotted. Look at it. This is dotted. We can have double. That will be double lines. Double lines. So there are different types of border. But the one we decide to use is solid. Next is we can have border width. Is it border width now? Border. I think it's width. Yeah, width. Depending on how thick we want it to be. We can say 5 pixel. It will be very thick. We can say 1 pixel. This is light, not as thick as 5. So this is for border width. We can have border color. We can say the border should be red. So it is red. We can say it should be blue. It should be blue. So we can now combine these 3 together inside something called border. We just say border alone. So but when you are combining them, the width comes first, followed by the style, followed by the color. So we don't need to write these 3 properties separately again. Do we understand now? Do we get it? Please, do we get it?
Please, can you say it again? Like
Okay.
that one that you said we can now combine it.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
Alright. Do you understand this 3? I'm coming. Do you understand this 3? Please, do you get this 3?
Yes.
Alright, okay. Now,
Yes.
instead of writing them separately, now you can just say border. You won't say border style, you won't say border width, you won't say border color, just say border. Now, you put the width first. This will now be 1 pixel. Then, followed by the style, this will now be solid. Followed by the color, this will now be blue. So this one now, we do the work of these 3. Do you get it?
Yes.
So that's for the border. But I want it to be black. Did they even give it border? I don't think they gave it. I don't think they gave this a border. Let me give this a border. So this is it. I don't think they gave this a border. It doesn't have a border. They just made the background color to be distinct from this color of this card. And I'm trying to look at the color that but mine is not showing it. It's not showing it. Let's proceed. Next is, I want this first to be underneath this one. So what I can do is this. I can just use the break tag. That would be like an easy way out, right? I can use the break tag. So you can set break. Break. So that means underneath, put it underneath the image. Question so far? Next is the image and everything inside of it, they are in the middle of the cat, not at the end. Do we get it? Please, can we hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So they are the middle and not underneath it. Underneath it. Then next we have a p tag. Then we have this. Let's first deal with the contents. Then we'll now see how to. We'll now complete the styling. We have image. We have this. Let's put this next p tag for this text. Yeah. Or you can also use article tag. Well, let's use p tag. This. I just say lorem times 50. Oh, it's too much. Times 5. Let's check if it's not too much. Oh, it's too much. Times 2. Okay. 7. Okay. This is okay now. Let's just put the same thing in others also. Now let me just some jargons that we use to fill content. Okay, good. We have these 3. Oh, this first, second, they are before this lorem. So what we do is that we just copy this, paste it here, paste it here. I think we are fine a bit. So next is we want to look at the icon. How do we put this icon? And this you're going to learn something new today. What we want to do is this. You see, these things are not really images. You see this Facebook logo? It's not really an image. It's an icon. Icons are lighter than images. Do we get it? So the heavier your quotes are, the longer it loads. You don't want pages that take long to load. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you can do is this. We come here, you search for something called what do we call it? Font awesome. Font awesome. CDN. Yeah. Before we proceed, let's talk about CDN. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. Content Delivery Network. I want some icons, but instead of downloading those icons, because ordinarily, if I want to display the icon on my page, oh, don't worry, a good example. Remember when I taught you the image tag, we used 2 examples. Example number 1, we went online and copied a link. Can we remember?
Yeah.
Example number 2, we downloaded it and put it on our device. Who can tell me the advantage of the first one over the second one and the advantage of the second one over the first one?
The advantage of the second one, which is the one we download, the advantage of downloading over using the link directly is if something is wrong with the link on the page where you copied it, then it's not going to be displayed anymore.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay.
So
Okay. Now, good. For the first one advantage of the first one is that if another person is using that same link, if you use the link instead of downloading it, if another person on his website or on his other website is using that same link on our own page, your page will not need to re-download it again because it has already, how do I say it? It's like it has saved that URL in its memory. So if it sees the URL anywhere, it won't re-download the image. Do you get it?
no, I don't get it.
Now, you have an image pointing to abcd.jpg, abcd.com/jpg. You have a link pointing to that image in your own code. I also have a link pointing to that same image in my own code. Do you get that part?
Yeah.
Now, a user now visits my website. On visiting my website, my website will display the image now. It will go to that URL and display the image. The browser will save that URL and keep it in its memory. When the user now gets to your own website, immediately it sees that the same URL, it won't bother searching for the image again. Do you understand?
When the user gets to another person's URL,
No, another person's website.
sorry, another person's website.
Yes. And that person is using that same image. Do you
So
understand?
it's not going to bother to
We download it because it has downloaded it
download
once.
because that's
Yeah.
understand.
So it's not bother downloading. So that makes it faster.
Okay.
So that act of using the online URL is what is called CDN. We call that the CDN instead of downloading it. You just put the URL. So we want to use the same thing for our icons. We want to just, instead of downloading the icons in our codes, we just use the URL. Any question? Is it getting too much? Are we tired?
No.
Okay. Esther, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Alright, okay. Thank you. So you come here, click on Font Awesome. These are the CDNs that you can make use of, depending on version. The Font Awesome is like a website that contains a lot of icons for you to use in your codes. So it has different version. I think this 7.0.0 is the latest version. And that's the one we're going to make use of. Now, these are the CDNs that we can use. Just copy the first one. You are good to go. Copy this first one. Yeah, this one should work fine. So go to your codes. Inside this paste. Open a link. href. Then, instead of writing your own CSS code now, you paste what you copied. So what you are saying is that make use of the CSS present in this URL. Do we understand it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So make use of the CSS present in this URL. Also, keep in mind that please paste it before writing your own CSS link. Let this link for the CDN, let it come before that of yours. The reason is because if it comes after yours, if you have some, how do I explain it? No, quote this from the top to the bottom, right? It is from the top to the bottom. If you have some, let's say you have a class inside this place, inside this external, this CDN, there are a lot of classes there, CSS classes. And for instance, in our code, we have a class there called card. Let's assume there's another class inside this URL also called card. Right? If theirs comes after yours, the problem is that your own will no longer work. your own class card will no longer work. It is now their own class card that will be working. Their own will override yours. But if yours comes after theirs, if they have a class inside theirs and you also have the same name inside yours, yours will override theirs in your own codes. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've copied the URL now. How do we now see the font awesome? I think there should be a URL. Yeah, this is it. Go to this website, fontsawesome.com. Font awesome 7. Yeah. So these are it. Search. Click on this search icon. The first thing I want to search for is Facebook. I want Facebook. Let's look at this. We have Facebook, Twitter, and maybe Google. I don't think Skype has been removed. It's loading. Why is this taking forever to load? Okay, scroll down. Search for Facebook. It's going to load Facebook icons. This is taking time. Font person. That's good. Okay, it's loading. Oh, so yeah, Facebook icons that you can make use of. But I want this one, the first one. Okay, I want this. They are different. You can scroll down and see more if you want to. Oh, it didn't even load. Let's refresh this. Now, you see, some of them have Pro on them. Don't use those ones. It require payments. It's not going to work. Those ones will not work if you don't pay. So, but this, I think this one is okay. You can use this Facebook. Click on this. Click on it. So copy this. Just copy this and put it in your HTML. That's all. You have the Facebook logo in your code. Copy. Go to your code, wherever you want it to be. Paste. So the Facebook logo will be there. Let's go to the browser and see if it's there now. The Facebook logo. Maybe you want it to be bigger. No, this is small. Right. I want it to be bigger. You can come here. I think you add a class card, a new class card. Is a 2x now. That is 2 times bigger. 2 times bigger. Coming 5x. Let me use capital X. Not really something like this. 5x. It's not getting bigger. Let me see. There's a way to make it bigger. Just, I know we put 5x, 2x, depending on how big you want it to be. there's a place there where you can set the size. Check. Make font awesome. Icon bigger. Okay. Oh, far. Yes, far. You add far at the front. Yeah, sorry. Far. Depending on how big you want it to be, 3x. Good. It's bigger now. Good. So let's do the same for this. This will be Twitter, and this will be with Google. So come here, search for another icon. Twitter, I think it is called X. Oh, the logo has even changed to Twitter. Like, this is what I'm looking for. That's if I use X, the logo is no longer this bird logo. You know, it's now X. So let's just stick to this Twitter. Copy this. Go to your code, put it there. Far 3x. That can be bigger. Check. Good. Let's do the same for this Google. Okay, let's use this. I think we should be fine. Let's put this. Copy. Come here. Any question, please? Are we following? Or has it even stopped? Maybe has it disconnected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this story here. We are getting closer. We're making progress. Let's put some little spaces between these three containers. So we can just come here and say to the card margin, or just a small margin, maybe 5 pixels. Good. Don't worry, in the next time we're going to learn something called flex, CSS flex, and it will make all of these parts easier for us. Let's make it a bit, maybe 10 pixels. We have something like this. Good. Next is you want this image to be at the center of the div. So for the images, you can give all of them the same class name, such that if they have the same class name, when you style one, it will affect the three of them. So let's come here and create a class called image, maybe card image. You can call it card image like this. So copy, paste. Copy. Paste. So now, in your CSS, style the class image or card image. That's card image. Now to style it, you can say you can give it a line height, then you can move it to the center, or do something like this, maybe text align center. Yeah, I think they should put it to the center. Not putting it. Well, there's a cheat we can use anyway, but that's poor. But there's a cheat you can use. You can say margin 50%. Yeah, they should. Oh, margin. No margin. I'm coming. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. what happened is that it's going to give you 25% from the left, but there's a better way anyway. There are better ways, but this is just the one that came to my mind just now. But this is just like a cheat. Please, are you getting it?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you could have used a number like this, like maybe 20 pixel or 50 pixel. But the problem is that if this gets bigger tomorrow, you have some problems with your image, because you want it to be somewhere around the center. Even if this gets bigger, at least you should still adjust reasonably to that. And that's why we're using percentage instead of an absolute value. An absolute value. Then I want this image to be circle, to be a circular image. You can give it border radius 50%. 50%, you just make it a circle like this. Then you want a little gap to be between the image and this border at the top. So you can say margin top, just a little gap, 5 pixels should be fine. So there's a little gap here now. Any question?
No question. Please, Boris, please. I want to ask a question, not really pertaining to what you just did, but for example, if I want to put a line in between the image and maybe that text, the text is a bit, the place you write first, second, third. I want to put a line.
Okay. A line. After, between the image and this text, right? You can come here, use your HR tag, horizontal line. You can come here, say HR, oops, HR. That's going to draw an horizontal line there. Yeah, this line, is it something like this? Hello?
Yes, that's what I was trying to
Okay.
ask. And if I want to put it under the text,
I'll just copy it and put it after the text. Like this.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So that's it. Now, if you're going to, or if Prof will do this for you, he may use another approach. If anybody is going to do this for you, the person may use another approach, which is very, very fine. Very, very fine. And that's the beauty of programming, right? We can write different codes and we achieve the same result. And that's why you don't cram codes. Don't cram it. Okay, let's continue. So we come here and we say this first also, I want it to be at the middle. Or better still, why not just come to this card and say text align. Text align, center. To put its content at the center, I think that should help us. Good. That's fine. So we don't even need all of this wahala that we are doing on images. Yeah, fine. That is fine. Text align center. When you say text align center, it will align all of that. You know, we gave it to this card, right? What happens is that anything inside of it or any text inside of it, anything inside of it, will push it to the center. Do we get it?
Yeah.
All right. So let's make this first to be bigger. First, second, third. We should make them bigger. Fine. Is it bigger now? Bolder. You know, these ones are bold. They are bold. They are bold. So let's make them bolder. So we can come here and give this a class. We can call this card heading or something like this. We are like the card heading of that part. Copy. Paste. copy, paste. So you come to your CSS and you say dot card. You can use something called font weight. Yeah, it's a font weight. Yeah, font weight bold, depending on how bold you want it to be. Bold. So it should be bold now. Good. This one's bold. What else do we need to do here? Okay, we want to change this color to maybe green, so that's going to be like this. So we say color. I will not be able to get the exact shade of green. Let's see if we can get something close. I don't know. Let's manage this, please. What next? We want to change this icon and make it also green. So we come here, we also say color. Now if you type color on images like this, it's not going to work, but it's because it's an icon. What I'm saying is this. Oh, sorry, this is an image. I'm talking about this icon. This icon. You know, all of these ones, they are inside this URL. Do you understand? All of these classes that we are using down there, they are inside this URL. That's why we can use them here. So you too can add your own more styling, and that's what you're going to do. We're going to add a new class, but this one will be in our own code. We can call it card icon. You can just call it card icon. Copy and paste it in others. Paste. Paste. So come here, say dot card icon. So now I can say color. I want it to also be the color for this one. I want it to be this same color. So I'll copy this and paste. So the color now should become that. Good. Then there should be a little gap between these icons and this border at the bottom. Maybe a little margin. So we can say margin bottom, maybe 5 pixels. So there's now a little gap here. I think next is maybe we are unable to get this background to work to our tests. We are able to, let me change the background now and hopefully it will work now. It is gray. For the card it is white, but I'm not seeing any difference between this background and this white. I'm not seeing any, they look the same. Right. Let me make this gray to be, let's choose white. Oh, do you know what's going on? You can tell me what, I've seen what's wrong. You can tell me what's wrong. It is these dots here. There's no class called body. It is just the tag. Are you getting it?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So let's bring back our clay. Light gray should be fine there. Light gray. Light gray now. I say gray. But gray looks too deep. But this is too deep anyway. We need something lighter. If you say gray, then we can select shades of gray. Let's select lighter shades. This should be fine. Don't you like this? Maybe not perfect, but it's close. Now we can move this border now. Yeah, getting plus. Then it seems there's a little curve at the. Is there a cover, or is it my glasses? I think.
I think there is
Yeah.
a little curve, yeah.
Okay. So we can say border radius maybe 2 pixels, or let's first is 5 pixels. If it's too much, we can reduce it. Is this okay?
I think it's fine.
Okay. Then what next? There's a little shadow. That's how we're going to round off today's session. We're going to look at shadow, box shadow in. Well, I'm also thinking that maybe it's a lot to put in, but that's the last thing we are looking at.
Okay.
So, because I don't think there's any other thing that we need to add. As after the box shadow, is there any other thing so that we can add that before adding the box shadow? Then we go.
It's just the image. I just feel like they are not blending with the color.
Okay, these images.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like they just stood out. I don't know.
Okay. I we should use another set of images.
No, I just want to know why. Like, there's no way we can actually change the color of an image background. No.
No.
So okay, is it that we could have used maybe an image with the same shade? Right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to confirm that. Okay.
Worst case, you can set the opacity of the image. Like that's the worst case. But most times, it's better to just consider the shade of the image before using it.
Okay.
Alright. So I want to add box shadow to this. Shadow is just like shadow, right? A black item beneath something. So we can add the box shadow to each of these. We come here and we say box shadow. So the first item there tells us how does it tells us we have x-axis and we have y-axis. X-axis is the horizontal line, right? Y-axis is the vertical line. So the first item handles the horizontal line. That is, how far should this shadow be from its parent on the horizontal line? Do you understand it? For instance, if it is 5 pixels, I'm saying that the shadow should be about 5 pixels away from this item. Don't worry, it's not showing yet because we are yet to finish it. Then the next is on the vertical line. How far should it be on the vertical line? If it's too long or too much, you can always adjust the shadow. The next one is I think that one is optional. Is how thick should the shadow be? How thick should it be? But remove that. Just put the color of the shadow. I want it to be a black shadow. We can still have 2 more items there, but those ones are optionals. So we can have a black shadow here. So you can see this is too much, right? Do you get it?
Yeah.
So too much. If I reduce this 1 pixel, you can see that on the horizontal line it has reduced, while on the vertical line is still as thick as before. If I want to reduce that, I will come here and change this also.
Yeah.
It will reduce on both horizontal and vertical. So I can make this 2. What I want to do is that I want to reduce, of course this is too thick. I want to make it blur, like make it blur. And that's the third item here. You can add a new one. Maybe I want it to be maybe 5 pixel blur. It is blur. The higher the value, the blurrer it becomes. It will be this will make it blur. Do you notice that it's getting blur?
Yeah.
So Then you can add a new value based on how wide you want it to spread. You can see that it has spread, it has gotten bigger, right? I just want the spread to just be a little 1 pixel. Just spread a little. Okay, something like this. Let's go back to this. Oh, their shadow is not as thick as us, so we can reduce as. But I think it has a little shadow. This has a little shadow. Oh, it is when it turns to the other side.
Well, flips, yeah.
Yeah. Because I noticed that sometimes we see shadow, then I will no longer see shadow. So we can work with this one. The shadow is so small, so we can make it 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel. Make it very blur. I think this should be close to. Reduce the spread and maybe 3 pixel. I think this is okay. So I think with this we should be able to get the assignment done, isn't it? Although tonight's class I plan to come and teach us. Flex. That was my original plan for tonight, but maybe we do that next week. Now, before we round off, let's quickly go over it again. Tonight we used this because we wanted to use the font awesome. You just Google font awesome. Font awesome has a lot of icons. Then these are icons. These are classes in that URL, but we added as. You can add your own class to it. And the reason we are using, you can notice that we use class more here than IBs, because most of those things we did here, we wanted to affect multiple items, not just a single item. So for the card, we added text align center, so that all the text inside is moved to the center. We use display inline block so that this width can work with block elements, not inline elements. But yet we want them to be displayed side by side, so that's why we're using inline block. So inline means that let them be side by side. Block, the hyphen block at the end means that still retain your block properties. Then background color white. The background color of the card we want it to be white. Minimum height with minimum height 100 pixel, that is at least be 100 pixel. In this case, this may not really make any difference whether it's like this, because the items here, the items, I want to say that they are up to 100 pixel and I expect them to push it, but they are not pushing it, they are extending out of it. So let's put this back. Minimum height 100 pixel, that is be at least 100 pixel long, minimum height. Okay. Oh, what I'm saying is this: without this, if you remove this, there should be no problem at all. There should be no problem, because what happens is that a div is as tall as its content. Do you get it?
Yeah.
A div is as tall as its content. So this should not, if you remove the minimum height, that should not give you any problem. The reason I added it initially was before we added items inside the div, and I want it to be at least 100 pixel. So you can remove this now. Then border radius 5 pixel. We want the cast to be curved a bit at the end. Margin 10 pixel. We want to create some little gaps between these cards. Then text align. Okay, we discussed that. Then border box shadow. This is for this first. The shadow. Just wanted to add some little shadow there. The first is the y-axis. The next is the the first is the x-axis. The next is the y-axis. The next is the next is what is it called? The blur. Like how thick do you want it to be? The higher the value, the blurrer it becomes. If this value is high, it will be very blur. If you make it 50 pixels, you will see that it becomes very, very blur. Right? But the problem is that it is now spreading out more. But the higher the value, the blurrer it becomes. pixel. Then this is displayed. How much do you want it to spread out? Then here is the color of the shadow. If this is red, the shadow will become a red shadow. It becomes a red shadow. So that's for that. Then for the card images, border radius 50%. Once you set the border radius of an image to 50%, it becomes a cycle. Margin top 5 pixel. I want the image to have a little gap at the top between this and this place here. That's the end of the margin top. Then for the card heading, that is this things here. Font weight bold. I want it to be bold. Then I want the color to be green. For the icons, that is these icons here, I want the color to be this, and I want a little space at the bottom. So I think so far we are good to go. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you. Thanks for breaking the assignment down.
You're welcome. Alright, I'll send the recordings. Good night to us.